please start,
Good evening,
sir.
all. Good evening, all. Are you able to listen?
Yes, sir. Please proceed.
Myself Parthasaradhi. Just I will give a brief introduction about our platform. Is that okay?
Yes, sir. You can.
I'm a basically computer science graduate and worked in IT for 11 years. From the village called Upanesinapalli, Sri Sathya Sai district, Andhra Pradesh. We started natural farming since 2013 in our own farm, grown various fruit crops and vegetable crops and pulses, tried various models, and then we made a collective with the name of Anantha Naturals, which works with the group of farmers who are practicing natural farming, and we assist them and support the marketing initiatives. And we tried various crop models in our collectives, growing various crops. So we have identified like few models which are sustainable for the farmers as well as the food production, to achieve the family food production, and some market models. That's where we come across fruit forest model, which is a few of our farmers are tried and successful in the creating fruit forest models, which gives all the family required fruits like vegetables, non-perishable products like millets, pulses, everything we can create in a limited area. So which we seen like sustainable for initially for the family. Then we can expand to the more area, like to create a commercial model which is more sustainable, to expand the broader. Suppose if the farmer or person has a few acres of crops, we observed who can create a smaller models. They are successful initially in natural farming, and they can expand to the more areas, not getting into the like number of acres into natural farming because of the currently available resources like inputs and the human resources and various other climatic reasons and many things. When we start growing crops in bigger areas, like it's a very difficult task, but when we grow smaller areas, definitely it will be sustainable, and it will create more interest and revenue model for the whoever we want. That's where we recommend the fruit forest model. Like many people developed marketing in the present situations. What is fruit forest model is, which is having multi crops, like all the food piece in the smaller area. Suppose we can take a area of 900 square feet, from the 900 square feet to the whatever the area, maybe few cents we can plan, where we need to plan there are many models on the web which we can browse through to get the documentation or the videos or the materials. If you go and refer the permaculture farms or the food forest models or food forest models, we can get very good videos. We can refer it, but I will give like overview of this actually. So initially we need to think about what we need, like what generally locally what fruits we can grow in our area, and then like identify in that few fruit crops. Like suppose in our area we can grow the guava, mango, banana, chiku, and many other like whatever the local fruits, custard apple and sapota. All these fruits we have to identify which is locally grown first. Actually priority need to be given the as per the geography, like if it is in Andhra, if it is in Telangana, if it is in Karnataka, need to priority due to the local plantations, like not growing somewhere else. Wherever suppose something grows in Kerala or Kashmir, we should not go for this. We need to grow the local crops, and then need to find out the distance. Like maybe identify the some area like 3 cents or 5 cents or half acre. According to that, we need to figure it out the distance of the various plants with the companion. Like the mango has certain distance, papaya has certain distance, and pineapple has some, like chiku has certain distance. In that, we need to figure it out which plant requires the more sunlight and more the dimensions like width and height, like to have that their shade and how much area it can occupy. Like that, we need to identify and then draw a model, like identify a model. And it is very good. Like permaculture has given a lot of models in this, where we don't need to think about the drip irrigation or the water table availability. With the rain, even the rain avail, rain also we can grow the forest in the where we don't have much water resources. We can come that level. Like there are the ways we can store the water in the tanks, and then use that rainy season. We need to plant all this. We need to be prepared. Like it's not like just think about food and start the food formation. We need to do proper research before getting into the food forest model. The identity area which is accessible to us, like which we can go regularly visit, and then put a model, like maybe just think about family, 4 members or 6 members, put all the plantations actually, and then apply the like initially maybe if you have water table, you can go for the drip irrigation or the canal irrigation. Like if you have the water table coming through some channel, you can use that water. Or the if it is rain, have the mulching, have a water tank initially, and mulch the water and the mulching. Like mulching is something cover the crop, like cover the soil with mulching crops. Like it can be the mulch with the grass, like paddy grass or the local grass which is available, or the millet crops or the dicot crops like pulses. All these crops we can, for the rain we can sow, and then that can be covered the soil, and then that can be taken out and covered with the plants wherever it's need to be under the plant. And if we have the resources accessible, like cow, maybe this cow, we can prepare some cow and apply for that, or it can be just mulched and just leave to the nature. Like it takes a couple of years to build the food forest model. If you are okay, just do nothing, just create a plant the do the plantation with all the proper model, and give to the rain, put a water, whatever the available resources with that, give the water, and you have the mulching crops and leave it for the while actually. And then it will come back actually. And nurseries, coming to the food forest model, we need to think about nurseries. Many people nowadays thinking about getting the hybrid, like 2 years plant, 3-year plant, like that we are thinking, and we can grow quickly. That is not the sustainable model in the this kind of models. Better to go with the desi varieties, desi plants, like desi seeds. Like suppose if you take a mango, we can take the mango after eating the like flesh, whatever the left seed in the mango, that can be made nursery. Like that we can have the maybe somebody making nursery with that. We need to identify such resources and get the plants. It's not like getting the nursery which is super fast grown and sow it. Better we have the local nursery, and some seeds also. Like like if you take coconut, you can use some coconut that some there people give it, which is made with proper coconut desi nursery. You can plant coconut plants. Some with seeds also be sown. Some fruits can be sown with seeds also. Such kind of ways we need to plant the trees actually. Some we need to find from the nurseries only. We can't make everything ourselves, and identify, do the plantation in such a way that and then go to the like whatever the intercrop actually. And then border crops also very much actually, to protect the border as well as the sunlight, and as well as the protection, as well as the wind shade, and then to maintain some companion crops. We can go for the broader crops, primarily neem, pungamia, such kind of plantations. We can do the border, or some wood plantation crops, or some creepers. There are many border crops which can protect, and which some income also there are crops. We need to identify such broader crops and do the border crop along with the main crop. And we need to wait like maybe a year or so to have some proper propagation of all the plants. Maybe once we are successful in that, we can expand that model to the larger area, which can be the commercial model for the making the revenue. Like maybe we have the market access, selling everywhere down and natural farming fruits. Like every small towns, people are looking for the authentic natural fruits, and we can maybe not all the fruits in the fruit forest. We can take in that some local fruits and grow in a bigger area that can be marketed in the local markets wherever the market access we have actually. So first we can first when we create an initial model, we can safeguard ourselves with the good food, have a family consume the good food, and we can go for the next larger area. That will help us to the connect the larger, I mean, more area to grow the food actually. So like there are models like Art of Living has developed a very good model in like near Bangalore, and there is it's like you can search for the Art of Living permaculture farm where nice video is explained. They have done explained model, or Deccan Development Society from Telangana permaculture farm, like they have permaculture, or Narsanna Koppula. There is Aran Agriculture Services in Telangana, like which is done very good forest model. Such kind of models many people has developed nowadays, and always focus creating as per the local need. Don't think about creating, sending our product to the longer distances. That will require a lot of efforts and logistics and the varieties. When you create the local food forest model, which will solve the so many things, we can consume better food and then send to the markets as well, which are accessible to us actually. And coming to the soil development in this food crop models, if you have the like primarily better to have local cow where we can get the quickly soil regenerated. We can prepare inputs required to that food forest like Jivamrut and other kashayas and Ganajivamrut. When you have a local cow with the cow urine cow dung, we can prepare all these inputs for the soil development, or like different kashayas we can prepare and spray the crops actually. So this is like overall about food forest model. I mean, which is better. Like nowadays, instead of going for too much plantation of any monocrops, like I mean, still that can be achieved having the larger. I mean, that is a different commercial plantation front. Like if you go for pomegranate or musambi or papaya in case, that requires different kind of protocol to be followed for the farming practices. But food forest model has the just you can leave to the nature, which definitely it takes some time, but definitely you get a better yield in all the plants actually. Maybe sometimes you can feel that the plants are not good or it's not yielding well, but definitely over the in a matter of time, if you patiently wait, you can get like whatever the family required, and even the over the period we can commercially develop and we can do the value addition with the products that are available from the food gardens actually. That's all about food forest model, which I have a knowledge actually. Basically, we don't have any food forest model in our own farm, but we do like larger area, which is kind of pomegranate, musambi, banana, all these crops, with having some intercrops and following natural farming practices. But we do guide many people, and in our collective, whatever the knowledge required with them, and share the documentation. Many people are implemented and they are kind of happy with the food forest model actually. Yeah, that's all about food forest model. And, yeah, any questions? I'm open for the questions.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for a wonderful talk. I'll take up the questions from the participants now. The first question is, what are the key principles or elements that need to be considered when designing and planning a food forest model?
Basically, we need to first, based on our requirement, we need to identify the area. What are the how much area we need to plan, and that and then we need to draw a proper plan with the number of plants required, and then need to identify which plants require how much space for the to maintain the required photosynthesis or the sunlight for the plant. And then it's like, suppose there is a mango plant, next to that there is a pomegranate plant, then next to that something. We should not plan, we should plan such a way that each plant require enough space and the companion crop and then the sunlight or photosynthesis first. That's all we need to verify and to draw out a plan, proper plan. There is a Palekarji's model, 36 by 36 model, which is well explained, and the many people have developed on the web, and we can get lot of information through web on the 36 by 36 model or permaculture model or food forest model. Identify that main the area and then the distance, and then the water table, water how to, it can be the drip irrigation or the flood irrigation or the like rain fed, all these things. But suppose if it is a 36 by 36 model, we have few things we need to follow. Or if it is a permaculture model, we need to implement in different way, giving the water to the plant, and we need to wait for such a time. Like if it is a permaculture model, we need to wait years to get a proper yield and practices. Right? If it is a model, we need to have the proper irrigation to be developed, and then can get the quicker like yield or quicker, faster development of the plants. So considering our read out study the models, then identify which are suitable for our needs and our resources. Then don't mix the permaculture model with 36 model with some other model. Just identify the model and take the natural, have the natural, no need to panic, like need to be all the plants to be planted at such a time. And have limited plantations, keep on adding whichever the plants in a phased manner. Even in a year's time, you need to plant also, like there are seeds which will be grown, or some birds will fall in the trees, that also will be grown. Like that, we get the plants in the food forest model.
Okay. Can you provide insights into the selection process of tree species for food forest model, considering factors such as biodiversity, ecological sustainability, and food production?
Sorry, could you repeat the question?
Yes, sir, I'll read it out again.
Hello, could you repeat the question?
Yes, sir, I'm reading it. Can you provide insights into the selection process of tree species for a food forest model, considering factors such as biodiversity, ecological suitability, and food production? You got the question?
Basically, better to go with local forest nurseries. Every district or every state has that kind of nursery system now. And then they generally give the local species, whichever the grown like primarily. First, we need to have our own fruits, like fruit table. Like if it is biodiversity, it's like mix of all the crops. Having our own fruit table as well as the soil fertility, and then maintaining the border ecosystem, everything. Like especially the main, we need to think much about the soil fertility as well. Like where the generally like Bladisidia, Pongamia, neem, such kind of plants give a lot of menu fertile, like that kind of, some peak plantations, such kind of crops we need to plant in the border, and then in between that will give a lot of soil development initially. Suppose if it is a soil which is not much nutritious, we can build such kind of plantations will like drumsticks in between the like food crops, that will give a lot of benefits to the plant, and then the companion tree for the various food crops. And then the border, if you have the neem and pongamia, such kind of plantations, we can use the neem leaves and pongamia seeds for the lot of soil development and preparing the soils for the various things. Such kind of local species need to identify and add to the fruit model, actually, fruit forest model, actually. Yeah.
Okay. And on to the next question, sir. What are some effective techniques and practices for maintaining and managing a food forest model, particularly in terms of weed control, pest management, and soil fertility?
See, the forest model itself, we should not worry about the pest management and like other things, because we will be leaving. That's the fruit forest model. The soil fertility, as explained before the question, like having the intercrops and border crops give lot of soil fertility with that. When you use all that leaves, so I mean, staying around the farm, it will maintain the fertility of the farm, which will help the nitrogen fixation. Many things it will help actually. And the pest management, still we can range it like in the nursery stage or smaller plantation stage, when you use the Jivamrita to the soil with mulching and then do some neem spray in the prevention stage, it controls lot of pests actually. Or in the flowering stage, we can, any kind of flowering stage, we can use the butter sour milk, like which is made out from the desi cow milk, made a buttermilk and hold for some time and spray. It will give lot of better flowering, and it will help us to have the pest management. Still, there will be pests. No need to worry. Like as we are going for the forest, it recovered. Even though it get disturbed with the various seasons because of the climate or around some circumstances, we will always recover. And as long as farming is good, we need to think about side of it, plants as well.
Okay. How can individuals and farmers incorporate permaculture principles and practice within a food forest model to enhance its resilience and productivity?
So the independent farmers implementing permaculture model is a little difficult thing, because farmers has a mindset getting the result in shorter period. Suppose they have a crop, they want the target on the crop to be get the returns. They don't wait such a long time. First, the farmer need to understand these permaculture principles, and he need to think about his own food production system, as we discussed initially. At least he need to think his family table, need to get the good food. Then only this why. Otherwise, just as a farmer, we have other methods. It's not like we cannot combine the fruit forest permaculture principles with their own farms. In a phases wise, we convert them based on our interest and market model. You just leave, suppose we have 10 acres farm and leave as a permaculture, he will be lost actually, because he might have invested a lot of money to the that plantation, and then any kind of plantation. And then if you just leave the, I mean, like that, he will be lost actually. So he need to, he is a farmer or I mean, homemaker or anybody. First, we need to grow in smaller areas, food forest model, and then he will understand. Then we can expand to the phases wise in the larger extent. Actually.
Okay, I'll move on to the next question, sir. Are there any specific considerations for integrating livestock or animal system into a food forest model, and what benefits can this integration bring?
Yeah, livestock is something which is very important in the like in our national farming ecosystem actually. Especially the cow is something which is very required, which is very much required. I mean, some people go with different principles. There are many other natural farming principles like permaculture is a kind of mix of every human being or every species is part of the farming. But some people go with cows, maintaining cows and having the inputs prepared and sprays. I mean, for soil development, we use Jivamrita and Ganajivamrita, and then mulching, and then the pest management, we use Kashayas. Or some people just mulch the soil, leave it for longer period, that will take care of. And based on our interest, even some people have other livestock like buffalo, I mean sheep or hen or many other lifestyle. But primarily, we observe more based on the cow. We have better progress. Like if we have the farmer or fellow has a cow, especially the desi cows, it will be more beneficial to our models, whichever the model. It can be natural farming or food farm model, and even it will help us family need some like milk or buttermilk or whatever. If they are like they can take in from the cows, and then they will get the inputs to the soil prepared actually. The remaining also mix of thing, like they can have few. Some people think they have the like hen or like sheep or goat that may disturb some ecosystem, but that they have other benefits. They can maintain like mix of all these things and plan such a way that they should have a shelter properly, and they should have some grazing area in the area. Then that can be combined. There are some other benefits because of that to the farmer.
Okay. Can you share some success stories or case studies of individuals or farmers who have implemented a food forest model, highlighting their experiences and outcomes?
Yeah, as I shared already, the food forest models, which is art of living, you can search art of living permaculture farm, and then the RN Agriculture Services by Narsanna Koppala in Telangana. And then there is a Arabic, which is in Pondicherry, Aroville, maintained by, his name is Krishna, Aroville Permaculture Farm you can get. They have few excellent food forest models, which I observed actually.
Okay. What are the potential economic opportunities associated with the food forest model, such as income generation through agroforestry products or value-added processing?
Yeah, there are many things based on like our crops. Suppose based on our crops, we can do. Suppose if you have a banana, we can make a banana chips or many other things, banana powder or banana. Many. I'm just saying some example like that. When you have a crop, even we can sell dry part of that, like make a dry and sell it. Suppose if you have a pig like anjur, we can make a dry anjur, or like with the peels like pomegranate peel. There are many things which people are making. Orange peel, there many things which people are making. If you have the mango, we can make the pickle. Amla, we can make the pickle. Like that, we have many elements which we can figure it out. We can sell it as a fresh format, and other we can sell it as a dry format actually, which will create the income channels for us actually.
Okay. How can individuals and farmers overcome potential challenges or barriers when establishing and managing a food forest model, such as limited space, resource constraints, and regulatory issues? Sir, your voice is breaking, sir.
So no, there are no regulations here. We can grow like nobody object us, and then the maintaining like need to be patient. Like more patient here. It's not like overnight we can't grow. As our minds now tend towards growing hybrids with the quicker revenue models, we are not patient to grow these models. We should be patient and observe and do it. That's it actually.
That's great. Sir, can you provide guidance on accessing resources, training, or support networks for individuals and farmers interested in learning more about and implementing a food forest model?
Yeah, definitely. I can share the models, whichever I have a knowledge or access. I'm happy to share that actually.
Okay. So thank you very much. We have now completed the round of questions. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, we like to thank Mr. Parthasaradhi Nara for the talk and for answering the questions. I like to also thank all the participants in the meeting. This meeting will now be closed.